Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. I'm Haley and this is Joe, and we are back for the Monday Morning Raw, or Tuesday Morning Raw, sorry about that. And me and Joe were just talking, and for the go home show, this was kind of a lackluster Raw. Segments were good, and there was one really, really good match, but a lot of the matches were pretty much jobber matches, throwaway, no contests, just lots of DQ matches in there, and throwaway matches that you're never going to remember. But at least we got two new tag teams, and we got an update on Daniel Bryan, and then we got a good opening and closing segment. So I guess there's that to look forward to.
Yeah, it was, I'd say a 6.5, 7, but it was nowhere near as entertaining as last week's show in Montreal.
Yeah.
At least the Cincinnati crowd popped for the hometown boy.
Oh yeah, definitely. So they open the segment off first with Triple H coming out. And he pretty much complains that Kane and Seth aren't getting along, and he doesn't like that. And he, wants them to come out and work it out. So Seth comes out and everything and saying that, Kane is, taking advantage and everything and doing everything wrong, and it's not his fault. And he said that he was willing to work it out, but Kane, is being difficult and blah, blah, blah. And that Kane needs to be, put down, and pretty much just, retired and whatever, fired, all that good stuff. And Kane pretty much gets all mad, and he threatens to chokeslam him. And they bicker and everything, and Triple H says, hey, Kane, I feel your pain. Sometimes, I understand why you want to hit Seth sometimes. And he went to punch him in the face. And then he said that everyone is going to be, but he said Seth is best for business. And he says that everyone is going to be in a match tonight for the Fatal 4-Way. And he said Rollins is going to face Randy, Kane's going to face Roman, and JJ Security is going to face Dean Ambrose. And that was pretty much it.
But Jamie Noble kind of getting a little bit of his southern back. Face is the reason why they got that lovely booking against the Lunatic Fringe.
It looked like Seth was laughing too. It looked like they had to move away from Seth because he was going like this and everything like that. He couldn't stay in character. So I've noticed that some of them do that sometimes, where they'll just kind of laugh and they'll kind of get out of character.
Oh, it happened.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It was pretty funny. I would have laughed too.
Yeah, it was. Jamie Noble's always been funny to listen to. We'll put it like that.
Yeah.
I'm Jamie Noble.
But, I mean, the first match starts off with Dean Ambrose and JJ Security, and that, obviously, this was just Dean beating the crap out of him, pretty much. I mean, nothing really special or anything. I mean, obviously, Dean Ambrose is obviously entertaining, and I love that he's finally in the main event picture and everything like that, but other than that...
It was timely for his momentum to have the following show in Cincinnati, where he was named one of the number one contenders in the previous show. So I didn't think that hurt his cause.
Yeah, definitely. He got a nice pop. I think probably the best pop of the night, definitely. So
I'd say so.
Yeah, so I mean, it's whatever. It's really just the matches that were just lackluster. But I'm happy for Dean. I really am. He's looking good. Next is Dolph Ziggler versus Bad News Barrett. Now, I'm sick of seeing this match. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just kind of sick of seeing it.
It's happened a million times. And why in the blue hell was my man wearing freaking eyeliner?
Was he really?
Yeah, he didn't catch it.
That's funny.
He's going in a very colorful direction lately, but the eyeliner, let Amy Schumer have that.
That's pretty funny.
Eyeliner was not best for business. Then you had Sheamus laying him out, continuing their feud. And they're going to have the one-on-one match on Sunday.
Yeah. So they're, I guess they're, I mean, I was actually saying this. I will say this. Me and my brother were noticing that Neville and Dolph Ziggler have been tag teaming up lately, and I would love, love, love for them to become a tag team. I think they're amazing, and I think both of them. I think that would be a good first title for Neville, and Dolph really hasn't had a title lately, and I think that they work really well together. I think that they would be a phenomenal tag team, and give it to them for a long time, at least like 6, 7 months. I think they would be a great tag team.
I don't know if Dolph's ever been a tag team champion. He was with Big E for a while. He was with Jack Swagger. I know as the Spirit Squad, as Nikki and the Spirit Squad, they all kind of were tag team champions. But him as Dolph Ziggler, I don't think he's ever been a tag team champion.
Yeah, and I mean Neville's looking strong and everything like that, and I don't know. I really am feeling. I mean, guys, tell us what you guys think in the comments too, because I really like them as a tag team. I've noticed it, and I was just like, I think they could be a really good long-term, tag team, and it would be a good first title for Neville.
It'd be interesting. They'd be a good babyface tag team. It'd be interesting, and you'd have Ziggler with a little more personality, and could they put some good combination moves together? It'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you're not freaking giving them a title, so it's just like,
with the Usos and the need for babyface tag teams, I could see them going with that. Yeah. And hey, is the only man in NXT history to be both a tag team and NXT champion. So he does.
Yeah, he had it twice. That's why I was kind of like surprised how long it took for him to like move up. Because usually after you win a title, I mean, he had 2 really short runs with it, but usually after you get a title, it's pretty much your chance that they actually trust you to move up now. But, yeah.
I would have had Graves work with him too, but Graves didn't get hurt in the NXT title.
Yeah, that was, that still makes me sad.
I haven't had a chance to see U60 yet with him and Xavier Woods. I hear it's good, though. And Adam Rose. Yeah. I hear they talk a lot about Adam Rose's kid, who's actually, like, got a really bad illness, and kind of, like, shows a human side of Adam Rose.
Yeah, I mean, some people need to take him seriously, so it's just, I don't even know. Like, he's not, I don't even see him on, like, Superstars or anything anymore, because, like, you know, how you get, like, notifications and stuff like that on WWE, like, the YouTube page and everything like that, how they post that. I haven't even seen anything like that yet.
He did a job in NXT a couple weeks ago. That was about it.
Okay, yeah. Because I just haven't seen him. I know he's supposedly with Rosa Mendes now, but that's about it.
Rosa the Ring Rat, a.k.a. Rosa the Rosebud.
Pretty much. Fandango versus Eric Rowan. And now, if you guys did not see SmackDown, Eric Rowan came out after Luke Harper's match with him, and we all, obviously, everyone thought, like, they were going to continue their feud, whatever, because they kind of, like, stopped abruptly. And he turns heel again, and he pretty much says, and we weren't really sure if they were actually going to be tag team partners again, and then obviously today, Luke Harper was in his corner tonight, so then this was just a jobber 30-second match, so.
He even came out to Harper's music. He didn't come out to that weird xylophone music, which I can't stand. So, best for business to put these guys back together, and I'm definitely a big fan of I hope they put them back with Bray, too. I think ending the Wyatt family was a grave mistake. I think it hurt all parties involved. So I put them all back together. I would not put the Shield back together, and we'll talk about that exclusively in our Payback preview show this week, and the rumors going around with that being I don't think that makes sense, and I'll talk about that more exclusively on the preview show.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do think this was a really good choice. I think this was probably the best thing they could have done. They weren't doing anything. Neither of them were doing anything. At least Eric Rowan definitely wasn't doing anything. We haven't seen Eric Rowan in, like, months. Luke Harper has done some stuff here and there, but it just made sense. I mean, they tried with the face turn because they always want to turn one of the people babyface, and it didn't work out, and that's okay. You know, that doesn't mean that, you know, you have to split everyone out. You know, The tag team division needs tag teams, and I think this was a really good idea that they made them stay together. So
I agree. You rated that wrong. Kind of similar with the primetime players, only I think it was a lot more of egregious of a wrong than splitting Eric Rowan and Luke Harper up. I like it. And by the way, I think Bray Wyatt could be a long-term babyface if done right.
Yeah. This was definitely the match of the night for the Open Challenge for the United States. He was trying to say that they didn't want him to have a match, and I was just like, there's no way this is going to happen. He's going to have a match, And I was trying to think of who he was going to face, And Neville came out. And I was actually a little bit shocked. I actually thought Heath Slater was actually going to finally get his match.
I know. After weeks of trying, you'd think he'd finally get a shot.
Yeah, whatever. I think he's never going to get a push. And same with, Fandango, too. I thought he was actually going to finally get a push now since he was babyface. But no, all they do is turn him babyface just so he can get jobbed by heels. And it's really a shame.
It is what it is. I mean, there's only just so many spots, I guess.
And this was an amazing match, though. Neville, seriously, is just, wow. He's totally proven me wrong, and he's amazing. I can't take anything away from the guy. I love watching him wrestle now. Like I said, I don't think that he really showed it that much in NXT. I feel like he's showing it a lot more now. I feel like they didn't let him show his, true shining thing, in NXT and everything. So I think he showed it a lot more.
I'll counter that particular point with NXT. It was almost easy to take Neville's talents for granted because there's so much interesting, talented variety down there where he's a breath of fresh air on Raw. And you could really see that now. And not that... And they've been putting him with the best competition possible, from the Zigglers, now Cena. And I thought it was a great match. I thought it had us believing that he could actually win the match. He actually, hit the Red Arrow before?
Yeah, and then Rusev came in.
But this was the closest Cena's came to, I guess you could say, losing the title. Had a great match with Zayn last week, but never did I think Zayn would beat him. And had me thinking for a second, even the way the commentators are calling it, they're like, either way, it'll be a I Quit match, even if it's not for the U.S. title. I'm like, oh, interesting. Could they pull a fast? Because one of these days they're gonna have Cena get caught, and we're not gonna see it coming. But it's probably gonna be after the.
And that's what's going to be so great. That's why I think they should keep doing this U.S. Open Challenge things, because it's just going to be so amazing.
I think this is the best thing John Cena's ever done in his career. It's really given the guys opportunities from Sami Zayn and Neville, even a guy like Heath Slater getting a chance to be in the spotlight after the microphone shot of death by Bret Hart last week. It's apparently put him down for life. But no, I think this has been good. This has been best for business, and it's given guys who you maybe wouldn't see get a chance to wrestle John Cena in a 15-minute match a chance to do that, and maybe they get a push out of it, maybe they don't, but they always say Vince gives opportunities, and John Cena given opportunities. Anybody who takes it lightly or craps on it, I disagree with your take entirely. I think it's very refreshing, and the match itself was great. And I will say one thing, though. Everybody can't kick out of the AA. Seems like every week someone's kicking out of the AA now, and I know.
It's like I could see if they had a few matches, or if the guy's a mid or a main eventer and he's actually really going for the big title and everything like that. But it doesn't mean that every single good match he has, they need to kick out of the AA. It's not even really just the AA in general. It's it's like everyone's finishing move in general now. Yeah. I remember back in the day, you did your finishing move and that was it.
Yeah, I feel like back in the day there was a lot more selection with the finishing moves. Now there's a million variations of DDTs that are all basically the same thing. And, there's a few that stand out, but that's why a guy like Neville, again, it's not just the fact that he's a high flyer, but everything he does he makes stand out. I think that's a big factor for Neville and how he's been a factor on the main event brand, the WWE brand, so far.
definitely. Roman Reigns versus Kane. This was a no contest too. This was pretty much Kane attacking Roman, and then Roman obviously ending on a high note and spearing Kane through the table, pretty much. Obviously making Roman look strong like usual, because you can't make Roman look weak.
Gotta make Roman look strong, as Punk eloquently stated on the Colt Cabana interview.
It's pretty much, that really is what it is. I mean, he never looks weak, so whatever, you know. I guess I hope his push, you know, ends good in the long run, but I don't know.
You gotta be mad if Roman Reigns walks out of Payback with the championship?
If he proves himself, and if he actually has a really good match and actually, like, proves it and doesn't, like, do anything like, I mean, if he actually, like, has a really good match and actually shows me, then no, I wouldn't. But he's just not showing it to me. He's not proving me. Like, but you know what? Anything's possible. I mean, I thought Neville wasn't that good, and look at me now. I'm fangirling for Neville. So.
Yeah, that was.
So, hey, I'll admit when I'm wrong. You know.
The man who
grabbed. I'm a fan. I'm not gonna still say he sucks just because I didn't like him at first.
Right. Hey, no, you were proven wrong, and you were able to say you were proven wrong. That's the mark of a true journalist. Like.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I mean, if he actually shows me that he can be champion, and if he actually can get his cardio moving and everything, and actually have like a good 15 to 20-minute match without getting all out of breath and everything like that, without someone having to carry him, then I'd be for it. I would be for it. It's because it's not even his promos anymore. Vince still writes his promos, obviously. And this is what me and my brother were talking about. He's still really not feeling it in his promos that much. And Seth, when Seth was like saying that he couldn't wrestle and everything like that, and he can't cut a promo and everything like that, and he's better at signing and everything on SmackDown. I don't know if you watched that, but that was pretty funny. But it's just, I mean, it's not even his. He needs to have like more emotion and everything, and with Vince writing his promos, I think that's hurting him, because even Ryback is like putting emotion and feelings into his promos, and I feel like that's what's making Ryback actually pretty decent at promos now. Like, I never was really a fan at Roman's promos, but now I'm actually kind of like, he's actually doing a good job. And Roman, he's gotten better, but I still don't feel like, I feel like it would be so much better if he wrote his own stuff.
I agree. That was my biggest problem is some of the stuff he says. It's like, I just can't picture this guy actually saying some of those horse riders. So, hey, you guys are right. There's not much more I can add to that. Like, I feel like in the cases where it comes off better is when, he's kind of in a back and forth, and it's a little bit more leeway to have improv. I don't know. I feel like he needs to work with guys like Jericho maybe and do some improv stuff. I know people say it's like acting classes. It's more of like an improv element than acting, and you got to be able to feel the crowd, feel the moment, and feed off the crowd. And
I mean, it kind of depends. A lot of times it helps when the person turns heel, because they always say it's way easier to be a heel than a face, for promos anyways, to talking and the mic skills. I mean, look at Seth. Seth wasn't the best talker in the world, and now he's actually pretty damn good, He still could use some work and everything like that. He's obviously not as good as Dean or Bray, but he's good. He's solid and everything like that. And when he was a face, he didn't really show any emotion either. And now that he's a heel, he's making people hate him. And I actually want to talk about this in the group too. I was going to do this the other day, because people keep complaining so bad about his character and saying how much they hate him, and I'm just like, well, he must be doing his job then if you hate him.
No, I get what you're saying.
That's the whole point of being a heel, is it's trying to make the fans hate you.
Is he the entertaining heel that even a guy like Edge was, having sex shows and stuff like that? And I think they're really trying. I bring up Edge because I really think they're trying to channel a lot of the old Edge in Rollins, with kind of being the opportunist type character, and hiding behind an entourage, which Edge did often in his heel run on SmackDown with La Familia and other incarnations. So that's kind of what I gauge from it. Edge always, it took Edge going heel to see Edge's true emotion. Similar case, because Edge was a guy you didn't think, he had the funny stuff with Edge and Christian and funny one-liners here and there, but you wouldn't say, oh, he's a guy who's charisma, and guy put him in a ladder match, he'll deliver. And then he turned heel and the actual real-life stuff with Matt Hardy and Lita, and we saw how much of a dirtbag he could be when he put his heart into it. And I think it's been similar with Rollins. Not exact, though. I mean, there's only one Edge.
Yeah, so. No one can touch Edge. I agree. Yeah. Brie Bella versus Tamina. Another 30-second match. I didn't even see this. I'm dead serious. Like, I went out of the room for not even 5 minutes, and I didn't even know I noticed it. And then, like, when I was going to bed last night, I see my brother watching, and I'm just like, did this match actually happen? I go, I don't remember this. I don't remember seeing this. I missed this match. So, obviously, I didn't miss much, but...
It was very botchy. Very, very botchy.
It was also Tamina's, like, pretty much, well, not really her first, because I heard she's been doing house shows for a while, so it really wasn't her first, for her first, like, big live TV kind of thing back, so,
on commentary, they were selling her knee, like, obviously she's coming back from a bad knee injury. She didn't do the Snooker Splash. She pretty much took a lot of heat from P-Mode, and then she did the P-Mode running knee. And then she went for it a second time, and Tamina caught the knee. It was all kind of sloppy looking, and Tamina hit a super kick out of nowhere. And I like the union of Tamina with Naomi. I will say that. A lot of people don't like it, say she's getting typecast as the heavy and these. She is legitimately a family member through marriage.
Yeah, she's cousins with, obviously, Naomi's real-life husband, so this makes sense. This really does. This makes sense.
Will it be a future heel turn for the Usos, possibly? That's what I wonder out of this.
Yeah.
What
are they going to do? Like, act like... Because they're probably going to come back in about another, 5 more months? And 5 to 6 more months. And I'm pretty damn sure Naomi's still going to be a heel.
Oh, yeah.
And so, they might act at first, like, what are you doing? You don't deserve this. You shouldn't be doing this. This isn't you. And then eventually, gradually, help her out and turn heel themselves. That's where I see where this is going. But
agreed. Because they've been nothing but pieces. The heel turn would have to be executed the right way to get over. But I can see that as a possibility. I like the union. The match itself, though, definite P-Mode. And you didn't miss anything. Very botched. That one's going to end up on Botchamania. No doubt about
it. This is what you're not a fan of. We were talking about this for a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I guess now it's Macho Man now instead of Damian Sandow. Like, why not? Why can't he just keep his name? Versus Curtis Axel. And this ended in a no contest because in the middle of a match, the Ascension came out and obviously started stuff saying that, he wasn't a legend and everything and that they're legends and blah, blah, blah.
So and LOD.
Yeah. And so I was seeing where this was going. I was like, Curtis Axel's going to help him out. And it's really, really funny that this happened because I think it was Nick Myers. He called this like a month and a half ago when they were starting to feud and everything like that. Right, and he was like, "Oh, I want them to be a tag team and everything like that." And it's really funny because that's what happened. Now they're a tag team. It looks like they're going to be a babyface tag team.
Yes.
It's
like
technically being a heel and then Damian being a babyface. It can work out, I guess. But
I don't know. I think the fans have been kind of wanting to cheer Axel because he's been borderline entertaining since the Royal Rumble with this gimmick. Not the worst thing for Axel. It's probably better than Ryback. So for Damian, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And it's just, to me, oh, what lazy way can we book this guy? And to me, he kind of genuine, seemed like off the cuff, off the script promo before he started his feud with Axel, essentially saying that he was better than the Mizdow character and that he sold himself out to be the Mizdow character, and he got heat from his peers in the back because of the Mizdow character. And now he takes it to the next level and coming out to Macho's music. I don't like it. I don't like it one day. I was talking about it with you, like we said in the pre-production show, and I actually like Jay Lethal's Black Machismo shtick in TNA a whole heck of a lot better than I liked it. I thought that legitimately showed that Lethal was more than just a vanilla midget X Division guy that could do a bunch of spots. It showed that Jay Lethal had a lot of charisma of his own, and he wasn't necessarily copying Mach. He kind of put his own little spin on it with the Mach voice and the Mach kind of impression, but Black Machismo was not a complete ripoff of Macho Man. In fact, I heard Macho Man approved of the gimmick, watched it, and actually kind of enjoyed it, from what I heard through interviews and shoot interviews. But no, I don't like it one bit. I think it's him coming out in the Macho Man outfit too. I don't like one bit of it. Macho Mandow. It bothers me as a Macho. It's one thing that bothers me that Ultimate Warrior has now surpassed Macho Man by leaps and bounds of popularity, and it's due to the fact that Warrior was in the spotlight when he passed away, and the DVD's out now. I think it's already sold more than the Mach DVD did. And I hear it's very classy, very well done, and I'm very excited to pick it up and watch it. But as a Macho Man fan, I don't know, it kind of makes me sad and angry. And as a Damien Sandow fan, it kind of makes me sad and angry. It generated a very negative. I kind of didn't want to watch Raw after that. It kind of kicked the wind out of me. I don't know, like anybody wants to comment in the group. Maybe I'm the only one who felt this way. Maybe I'm a Sandow mark and I'm taking it to the extreme. But I don't know. I kind of felt kicked in the gut in this one. Like, damn, he had a chance to do. He didn't have to be world champion. We knew he was never going to be world champion, but even if he was mimicking each guy he wrestled, it would be unique to him. Now he's just going to mimic Macho Man and have this fake Mega Powers thing. Granted, it's another babyface tag team providing depth in a division that has not had a lot of depth. And he did win tag team gold with Miz, so maybe he's on to something here. But I don't like it. I didn't think the crowd in Cincinnati was quite into it either. And they seem like the kind of crowd that's a little ECW-ish that likes maybe a little bit more, less of the entertainment played up and more of the, good matches. And it was like the opposite of what they got. I don't think the Cincinnati crowd was into it when it was all said and done.
Yeah, I just rather him be Damien Sandow. I just rather him be himself. And I get that they're trying to, do this because the whole acting thing and gimmick thing was the way he got his push and everything, and what made people, get into him and everything like that. But still, I feel like now that the crowd is into him and everything like that, they can make him his own person now, and you can still give him babyface. But I don't see this tag team happening for a long time. I see it happening in the short run. I don't see it lasting very long at all.
Probably I hope it's a short-term thing. And I think he got over in Miz and Mizdow because we could see he was better than that. It was like with Rock and Sock, Rock kind of treated Mick like a douchebag, and you kind of felt at certain points like, Mick deserves better. He's dying for the Rock's adulation, and, not that he's dying from Axel's adulation, even though he was the one that initiated the union of the powers. Ultra Mega, brother, dig it! And that's another thing. I don't even think Damien does a good Macho Man voice. I love Damien, but from what I heard, I wasn't digging it. I thought Black Machismo's was a lot better in terms of the impression of it. I've heard Xavier Woods do an impression that's better of it. I don't dig it. He had the words. He memorized all the old lines and dropped them in good timing with his promo, but it didn't even. I don't like it. No. Nick Martin, props on the prediction. Gotta give you props on the prediction, but it just kicks me in the gut. It's like, a couple weeks ago I came away saying, man, Damien's gotta be all right, And now it's like,
See, I knew this was going to happen because I'm just like, they do this all the time where they'll push someone and then they'll lose it. You know? And that's what they do. That's WWE for you.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Unless you're like a really, really big person, you know, like at least a high mid-carder at first or something like that, or even a mid-carder, you know, you're really talented and everything like that. And like they're into you and everything, you're gonna pretty much be a jobber for life. Sometimes you'll be maybe in the mid-carder kind of situation and everything, but you'll never, you know, achieve greatness or anything like that.
Look, I don't care.
Like he's had his few title runs, but he pretty much has been in the mid-carder level.
And I don't care if that's where he stays, but at least let him be organic and entertain us the way he wants to entertain us. Like, I don't think he wants to do a Macho Man character. You could tell his heart's not in it. You could just tell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess at least he's not getting like. At least he's getting like TV spot now and time and everything. So I mean, there's that. Alrighty. This was definitely one of the bigger moments of the night. Daniel Bryan relinquished the Intercontinental Championship, and I guess people thought like maybe he was going to retire and everything like that. I thought he was, but I knew obviously he was going to relinquish the belt too. But I actually thought maybe he was just going to be gone. But he did say that he does not know when he's going to be back. He's supposed to be there too for Payback, so who knows? But he says he went to get an MRI and everything, and they said that it could be weeks, it could be months, or he could never, wrestle again. It's pretty much like what Ouch had. And it's really, really sad. But we all seen this coming. I mean, I really do feel like he probably regrets not getting the second surgery. I don't know if that would have really like helped him that much, though. I think it would have helped a little bit, but I think it actually would have helped a lot more than what it did, what he's at right now. But, it depends on, I guess, how farther he would have went with it. I don't think he would have maybe been champion ever again, but I think that was just his one time in Spotlight in the year was 2014, which is fine, but, I mean...
You worry about the general health and well-being of him, and obviously his marriage and his future and everything like that, and how he's going to generate an income. He's a guy who saved his money, but he wasn't on top quite long enough to save what you would probably hope to save in this day and age. I don't know his finances at all, nor is it my business. But it's a very sad... To me, it was like back-to-back segments because the Sandow segment made me sad. And I knew he was going to drop the title. I was actually relieved he did because I thought he was very authentic in what he said. Like, let the guys like Ziggler and guys who can go out there and work earn this title. Right now, I don't deserve this title. The Authority was right to strip me last year. I thought he was actually good, and the promo was all right. Was I the only one who found it weird that, like, he started the yes chant as he was leaving and everybody was chanting yes? Like, no, not yes. Like, I don't feel like yesing right now.
Yeah, it's funny, too, because everyone was really hating on him last night. Like, everyone was saying that, like, Stephanie was right, he is too small. And I was like, seriously? Like, seriously, they're like, oh, he couldn't take it, He just couldn't take being champion. He can't take, being in the main event spot. I was like, seriously? Like, that's not even in at all. Like, just,
The style of wrestling he did, not just in WWE, but way before the years and years and years of Dragon Gate and PWG and Ring of Honor in Japan, and just the extreme style, not necessarily extreme as in hardcore, but as in putting his body on the line, it takes a toll. And when you're in the indies, you're not making the money to go to the good doctors and have the good surgeries. And people don't consider that as a fucking factor. And people are giving him shit fuck you. All right, seriously, fuck you, fucking haters. We're giving him shit. I'm not one of the people who dick suck Brian like he's gonna be champion all the time, but I respect the hell out of him. He's earned the. I think he's a future Hall of Famer. I think he's this generation's Bret the Hitman Hart. I'll say that. And it's a shame we were robbed of what could have been of a longer career, and even him putting over guys. And at this point, you got to think retirement's a strong possibility. And if he's going to come back, he's got to be sure. He wasn't sure with this comeback. He should have never been the Royal Rumble, which is what ruined freaking it, which is what made the crowd turn on Roman in the first place, because they all went delusional with Brian. And we threw him a bone with the IC title, and he couldn't even defend that. So, I mean, it is what it is, but the fact that you're hating on him, saying he's too small, like, so is Shawn Michaels, so is Chris Jericho, like so is Rey Mysterio, like, so is Seth Rollins, so is Dean Ambrose. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So was Macho Man Randy Savage, so was Bret Hart. I can continue. So was CM Punk. Like, these people are fucking ridiculous.
Exactly. So stupid.
Oh, God, get a life. Seriously, the guy legit health.
And it's funny, they just turned on him. Like, I noticed a lot of hate for him just recently. These were the same people who were marking out at first. And I'll admit, I really wasn't a huge fan of him at first. Like, it took me until he probably got the feud with CM Punk and everything like that. But and even Sheamus and everything like that too. I did not like him when he first came in. I know a lot of people did, but I was just kind of don't really care about him. Not really interesting. He doesn't really interest me. And a lot of people were into him, and I was just don't care, really, So,
the people that were the people that followed him from Ring of Honor and stuff, and we were all rooting for him. And he was kind of besides CM Punk, one of the only other indie guys to get the chance. Now we've seen Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and everybody kind of break down the glass ceiling of what was thought of the WWE not wanting to bring in guys from the indies and just wanted to groom their own. And now they have a healthy mix of both in the NXT, which I like. So I just think these fans are I still can't get over the shitting on Brian. Like, these people that wanted to cancel WWE Network after he got stripped of the title, after he got eliminated from the Royal Rumble in weird fashion, the guys get a life, seriously. Get off the internet. Can you imagine, I was going to say this one thing. Can you imagine if they were Twitter in 98, 99, after Mick Foley threw himself off the fucking cage and almost killed himself, and people were like, oh, what an idiot, Mick Foley. It's you respect what you do. And, you go out there and take bumps and do that. Go out there and run the roads for 10 minutes and take a few bumps and see how you feel. And then multiply it 5 nights a week, 300 days a year, and it's a lot less than it was in the 70s, 80s, and 90s and early 2000s, when it was probably 300, way over 300 days a year, and twice on Sunday, and all the crazy schedules that they had. So, and that's what I'm saying. The independence is a factor why Brian's body has turned on him. I wonder if now here's a legitimate thing to question. It's one thing to just kind of hate on him and say he's too small. Fuck the haters that say that. Eddie Guerrero. You know what I mean? Come on. Eddie Guerrero beat Lesnar. You serious? Title wins over Brock Lesnar don't come in often, if you've noticed. But it's crazy. It really is. But Daniel Bryan, I mean, it's his health, obviously, and if you're gonna just shit on the guy for his health, I think you're watching the wrong sport. And I don't know. I'm kind of tongue twisted on it. I guess it just bothers me. I guess.
Yeah, they're just assholes. That's pretty much what they are. They love to turn on people, and that's just what they are. They're bandwagon fans.
Yeah, exactly. If you like a guy, you like a guy. Respect. You're into Seth Rollins consistently. I've been into Ambrose. I've been into Sandow consistently. Ziggler. You know what I mean? And it's fine to like a guy and then be proven wrong. Say you were into Neville and then you get proved wrong. True story. That's how I felt about Ziggler. for the longest time, I kind of felt the way about Ziggler the way you felt about
Yeah.
Neville. And then 08, 09, something turned for me. You know, it was like my buddy Steve was selling me on Ziggler for years. I'm like, I don't know, man. And he got put with Vicky, and I don't know, it was just the Vicky factor, but finally I started seeing it. I'm like, all right, he is a modern day.
Yeah, he's got charisma, exactly. Another freaking match where I'm tired of seeing Cesaro versus Big E. Actually, Babyface has got the win though this time, so at least there's that. And a quick roll up, so there's that. But their feud's probably going to continue for at least another month or two. So, I mean,
The devastating roll up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I do say New Day's been entertaining me since they've been heel, and I've kind of been liking their shtick lately.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt promo. He pretty much, was saying that, like, you've never, like, I wish I could wake you up and everything like that. And, like, fears all around you. Kind of like his same stuff. And that's what me and my brother were talking about this, and we can see why people sometimes are a little bit tired of his promos now, just because he kind of repeats a lot of stuff now. Like, it was cool at first, but now it's kind of like he's repeating a lot of stuff for, like, every single one of his feuds. Like, I feel like he needs to dig more deeper, and, like, actually find something personal about them. Like, the Dean thing, that was good. Like, when he, like, about the dad and everything like that, and at least he, dug into his personal life and everything. But I just feel like he's just saying, like, the same stuff over and over again. And I love Bray and I love his talking, but he needs to freshen it up a little bit.
That's why I'd love to see a storyline with Bo Dallas, because I think that would provide a little bit of freshening up. And if we brought the Wyatt family back, it puts him in position to be that charismatic leader and not just be on his own and just kind of, when he's just kind of zigging and zagging, sometimes it's like, yeah, he kind of hinges to the same stuff and it becomes a little redundant. So I felt the same way about it. And, it's almost like he does a feud and then it's the same execution. He talks crap about a guy randomly and then he picks his guy. And it's kind of been the same thing since the Dean feud, the Undertaker feud, and now the Ryback feud. It'd be nice to mix it up a bit.
Exactly.
Maybe someone should attack him for once.
Yeah, exactly. Closing segment, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins, and this ended in a DQ. Pretty much, JJ Security, obviously came out and everything, and Kane just watched from ringside. He was just watching through the whole thing and everything, and all the baby faces pretty much did their finishing moves on Seth. And Dean actually did his on Roman, and he came out looking strong and standing tall. So, people were trying to say it was a heel turn. It was not a heel turn. Like, chill out. I don't get why people are saying it was a heel turn.
It was in his hometown. Stone Cold Steve Austin would have stunned everybody. He would have got a huge pop, especially in a home.
Exactly. And it's
pop.
He was pretty much just showing that he wasn't going to take any crap, pretty much, and that he's in this for himself. He has no friends in this match, pretty much, and obviously there are rumors that he's going to turn heel or something. Obviously, something's going to happen along that line in this main event. So I'm actually really excited for this match.
There's a lot of possibilities, which gives rise to the excitement. I hope this doesn't end in Roman and Dean turning heel subserviently to...
Yeah, I don't want them both to turn heel. I would love it if Dean turned heel, but Roman doesn't need to turn heel. I don't want the whole Shield back together, but Dean's been needing to turn heel for a while. They said that they were going to turn Dean heel for a while now, so Dean makes sense. Roman doesn't make sense.
I still think the crowd is into both Dean and Roman. I think they're... especially with Daniel Bryan, let's look at just the numbers and the mathematicalness of the situation in terms of baby faces and heels. For heels, you got what? You got Rollins, Rusev, Sheamus, Barrett. For faces, you got, I won't even throw in Cena's because he's got the U.S. title. Bryan's down. You got what? Ziggler, who's not really a fresh face anymore. Neville building up. But top baby faces right now, obviously Bray Wyatt on top is a heel. Top baby faces, it's Orton and Roman and Dean. And I think Roman and Dean are neck and neck depending on the city in terms of popularity. I do think, I've been saying it forever, Dean's a better heel. I agree with you. I agree with Joe Harley.
Well, let's not forget, too, Seth can turn face. They could do the whole, we have all the power now, and we fooled you, and they can, turn on Triple H. And then it can be, because there are rumors saying that it can still be Seth versus Triple H at SummerSlam for the title.
Oh, no, I don't want the boss fighting for the belt again. No.
I mean, that is the rumor, though. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. So I could see Seth turning babyface too. I mean, anything's a possibility with this,
Brock Lesnar better not let that happen. There better be some Suplex City work going on.
He can also come out too, I guess. That's what they said. They said that he's not being considered in our, thing until SummerSlam. But you might as well try and pull a fast turn on Seth, and So, anything's possible in this match.
Brock Lesnar costing Seth the title, I think, makes more sense than Roman and Dean both turning heel. I as much as people are creaming in their pants with the possibility of
not about Roman. I really don't want the whole Shield back together. I'm excited for if Dean turns heel, but not really the whole thing. I really don't want Roman to turn heel.
It's Vince Russo booking. It doesn't make sense. They wanted to kill Rollins for a year after turning on both of them, and then they're going to rejoin Rollins? It makes no sense.
I mean, they could say that they have the power now, but they had the power a month ago, so.
The power to not be WWE champion while Rollins has the belt? Come on now. Both of them it doesn't make sense. Now, I could see Dean turning this independent kind of baby, tweener heel. I don't want Dean to have an alliance to the Authority. Every heel shouldn't be connected to the Authority. That's the other thing that
the Authority needs a breakup, period, to tell you the truth.
Yep. And I'm hearing the Rousey thing may not be going on at WrestleMania.
Yeah, UFC doesn't want her to do it.
Dana White is not happy about it.
Yeah. We'll see, I guess. Alrighty. We're probably going to do the Payback prediction show either Wednesday or Friday, depending on our schedules and everything like that. So we'll give our thoughts and everything on the Shield and everything like that, reforming and everything like that. The match card, they really haven't made a full match card yet, have they? There's obviously a lot of possibilities, but there's really only a couple that are, set in stone.
Naomi's going to be fighting Nikki, I'm hoping.
Supposedly it's going to be a tag team. Supposedly it's going to be the Bella Twins versus Tamina and Naomi. That's supposedly what it's going to be. Just to get the break, away from... Because usually the Divas isn't defended every month. It's usually defended every, other month or something. So... But, yep, that's pretty much that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. And don't forget to turn into the Strike Zone this Thursday.
Actually, programming note, the Strike Zone will not be seen this Thursday as conflicting schedules with the Jazzman, with Mike Sorkin, and myself. So we're taking a little break-ski this week. We'll be back next week with some interviews from XWA, which featured AJ Styles. We have some talent from XWA promoting their show in Rhode Island in a few weeks. The next few shows coming back off the break. And we're going to have our huge show at the Rhode Island Convention Center, getting interviews with the likes of Bill Goldberg and others live at the Rhode Island Convention Center, New England Fan Fest. Props to Joe Bruin on that. Subscribe to Strike Zone Radio on YouTube, where you can find our Roddy Piper interview, our interview with the Patriots play-by-play guy, Bob Sochi, and a whole heck of a lot more. So go check that out.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.